What's up, everybody? It's your favorite show, Get a Bucket. I'm your host, Trey, and as usual, I hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. And as you can see, I got a couple guys on the screen. You've seen these two before. You've seen them a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? He just ain't been up here a while because he talked too damn much. You know what I mean? But, fellas, how y'all doing, man? Chris, everything good with you over there?
Yes, sir. Yes,
my
sir.
God, my God. Nick, everything straight with you?
Man, everything's gold, brother. Everything's gold.
My man. All right, let's keep it short. Everything good with your shopper?
How about I just give y'all a thumbs up? My buddy.
My guys. Look, cheers, fellas. Cheers. Y'all being a little too egregious with it. You know, we still got a computer right here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all spill it. Y'all will be owing me some money. All right. Well, cool. Well, we're done with our sponsors. Let's go ahead and get right on into it, right? Because today we're going to talk about here the Super Bowl, but our reaction to it, a quick little recap. Who believes in script writing now after this win for the Chiefs? Because back-to-back, no wide receivers, defense actually was hitting actually, now I think about it. Y'all believe, because I really thought the 49ers was going to win to the poll. I threw down the casual $25, and I thought they were the underdogs. And they were the favorites. And that should have given me, that should have told me, Patty, underdog. But everybody raised their hands on the script writers, though. So did it take any joy out of watching the Super Bowl or NFL for you guys? Nick, I'm going to start with you.
Well, I think we went into this a little bit last time I was on the show. I mean, I was already on the fence, and I think I said in that episode, if the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, that's just going to confirm how I feel about the whole script writing thing. So, sadly, we're on the other side of it. Football has been my favorite sport ever since I was a little boy. So this hurts. It hurts a little bit because I do think there's something in there with the marketing, Taylor Swift, all that, that leads me to believe the NFL as a business benefited more from the Chiefs winning than the 49ers winning.
Yeah.
As a parent, just by, the way that the game played out for me.
Yeah, I'm curious what Mark is thinking, because remember he was saying like X's and O's gotta matter.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like they might not have mattered as much. Like my questions going into the game: QB battle, the tight end battle, and the execution. Because I thought, all right, well, the wide receivers, that's going to favor the 49ers easy. But what's going to bring you home is the quarterback. And at the first half, it's 10-3. And respectfully, Purdy and Mahomes, I don't want to say like are even, but it's not no landslide. Like I think they both had 141 yards. 10 for 15 for Purdy, if I'm not mistaken, 11 for 15, and then like 11 for 13 for Patty. They're comparable. Tight ends, Kelsey won't really doing too much at that time.
Yep.
I'm thinking, this 25 about to turn in. Like, this FanDuel about to hit. Like, Sharper, what was your take on the first half of the game? Were you impressed? Not impressed? Like, what was your thoughts?
I felt like San Francisco had their chances. It was leaning early on. San Francisco was getting stops with that defense, but I felt like they didn't take advantage of the chances given, and they kept Kansas City in the game. Kansas City is one of those teams that if you have your foot on their throats, you got to keep stepping.
Yeah,
because they got Andy Reid, they got Mahomes, and they got Kelsey. They will find a way. They will make an adjustment. And they will flip, no pun intended, they will flip the script on you in the second half. And I just felt like San Francisco just kept Kansas City in the game, and it came back to bite them.
They definitely did. I got to use this, but I'm also going to, cite my sources, but it did seem like this was tailor-made for the Chiefs. Again, shout out to Mark for, dropping that plug. But, like, it really did, though. Again, offense, defense, first half for me, I wrote it down, 49ers. Defense led the way. Like you said, too, though, they did not put their foot down. It's 10-3 at the half. So, I mean, it was a little tough. But, I don't know, if I knew Pacheco was gonna get a fumble, yeah, CMC got a fumble, but he also got a touchdown as well. And then you got Kelsey only having one catch at the half. I'm thinking I'm gonna be all right as 49. But you're right, though, 10-3, too close. Chris, what was your thoughts on the first half? Anything different from what Sharper said or myself, or?
Pretty much only hit everything on the head.
Okay. So I'm gonna stop you there, cause we gotta talk about the halftime show.
Which part we talking about? I think we all know which part we talking about. But
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, for me, I actually appreciated the halftime show. I really, truly did. Reason why I say that, I'm watching it, and it kind of took me back. It was like a nostalgic vibe, right? So I really felt like, you know what? I'm in college. I'm in high school. I'm in middle school, and just enjoying these songs. Elementary school, like, Bad was the first song that I ever learned it, like, from start to finish lyrics. That was the first song I ever actually learned. So for me, it was a very nostalgic vibe. I thought, though, they started this off really nicely, and they couldn't have done it any better than with the Keke Palmer commercial. I felt like the NFL couldn't pass that up. I really feel like they did that solely for this whole thing. What was your thoughts on the halftime show, Chris? Since we left off with you.
It's not going to top at Dr. Dre halftime show, but
Slander early, okay, it's cool.
But this was one of the more better halftime shows I think we seen
In years, you said? Okay. What made it the best for you, but not better than Dre's and them? No slander, Usher. He's just saying you're not top dog.
Shout out Usher.
You can't say that after you say.
Okay.
I don't think you can say that. He might not take that, Chris. Go ahead.
Shout out.
Go ahead.
No, like I think it was with this one. He brought the South back to life. Meaning is he brought one of the best HBCU venues, Jackson State, the Jackson State University Soccer Boom. And plus also you brought not only two of the greatest ATL artists in the past years onto one halftime show.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't say nothing more about it. Like, it was good. It was good. I thought that he was going to have some more songs, but like the catalog he did,
It was sufficient.
it was
Okay. Sharper, ladies and gentlemen, y'all might not know this, but he loves the scandal, the drama, the entertainment. So, like, yeah, go ahead and spill the tea, dog. Like, what did you like the most about the Super Bowl halftime? Swiss Beats?
I love how Swiss Beats decided to not.
Hold on, let him get it out. Let him get it
Because
you love how Swiss Beats. Well, I want to make sure
did not go Will Smith mode and embarrass himself and his wife in front of millions of viewers.
Nor slap him up.
Exactly. Because hey, no way on God's green earth that I'm gonna let another man. I don't give a damn if he knew her or did this song years before we got married or even met. Rub and massage up on my wife singing. Hey, my boo, I get it. You not about to be having her giggling and kikiing and have your arms wrapped around her, and I'm just sitting there like, yeah, it's cool. It's cool, because I know that man's phone was getting blown up. So I commend my fellow light-skinned bald Swiss Beast the Monster for composing himself in such a very professional way, because he easily could have gone Will Smith.
But like, it's
saying,
entertainment though.
It is.
Can we really go quote unquote Will Smith? I hate to use that term because I do rock with Will as an actor. Can we really say, all right, that's her job, bro?
Yeah, I mean,
like it's part of the bit. Like
I mean, you could compose it because it's just like, if you're an actor, you married to an actress, and they have scenes.
Exactly.
But hey, man, look here.
He don't care.
It was too much smiling, like Shannon grinning like they're in a yearbook photo, smiling like this.
What you want to do? Frown on? What you want to do? Frown on national television? Started when we were younger.
They were smiling too much, like they were coming from a press commercial, like the smiling, cheesing. She was like, "Oh, look, no."
I feel like, bro, it wasn't that bad. Like, I mean, I get it though, because if I'm Swiss Beats, like you said, I might feel a little way.
But he
like you,
himself, so I would give him that.
Do you feel the same way?
My feeling is this, what Will Smith did. I mean, he won an Oscar that day, yet nobody's talking about that. You know what I mean? However many years later since the slap, it's like he ruined.
He ruined. You really do forget that.
Yeah, you forget it, and it's because he went out there and made a fool of himself. And excuse my French, acted like a nigga on national television. Went up there, slapped another grown man, right? Another black man, in a predominantly white-dominated event.
And we got to say too, smaller in stature. I just want to throw that out there. Like he
also, yeah, like it's like beating. It's literally beat up Pookie. Imagine. It's crazy. And
you had to bring your Pookie in.
But I mean, I had to because it undermined black excellence. Like it really did do a lot to damage his reputation at the event. And it's like, to then be a black man winning an Oscar for lead actor in a good role, in King Richard, which was a great movie.
Yeah.
It's like
he'll be forever just known for that.
The guy who slapped
that
Will
15
Smith.
to 25 second.
So hear me out though, because we say that he's we feel like he might be ruined or whatever the case may be. Winning solves all too though in this society.
But like
so
he won that night.
But what I'm saying is,
when you go back to that night, what do you think of?
Well, no, you're right. That night we're going to remember that for the slap. But like that's not going to overshadow Will Smith's career. Like I don't think
that's what I'm saying.
You think it has already?
Like I think
because the first thing I think of is Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Okay, that's fair. But how old are you? All right, if you're a 15, 16-year-old brother, he looks at these people as pillars of black excellence, of things to strive to. 16-year-old kid, let's ask him how he feels about Will Smith. Oh, he's gonna remember him for it. That's that guy that slapped Chris Rock too.
But now
he got dropped from 3 projects because of that.
Isn't he doing?
He's doing Bad Boy 4. That was already in the
No, but isn't he doing what's it called? Hitchcock 2 or something like that? No. Yeah, he's out of there.
No, like they. After
I thought that was supposed to be.
Bro, not only did he get dropped from projects, he got banned.
Mm-hmm.
He got banned. They banned this man from coming to. I don't know if it's like 5 to 10 years, but yeah, it's a certain amount of time where he's banned from attending.
Yeah, I've heard 10 on that.
You know what I mean? And it's like the overarching point, not to get too far away from the Usher thing, but Swiss Beats is another person who, even behind the scenes as a producer, the amount of projects he's been on, his discography, the amount of influence he's had on the culture. This man is the richest black artist owned. Like his art collection is one of the wealthiest in the world, and no one knows about that. He's got like millions and millions of dollars worth of black art in his home. Like the influence he has on the culture and what he's doing to bolster the culture. He did it the right way in the sense that if he is going to handle the situation, he's doing it privately, which is what Will Smith should have done.
Definitely.
So I give him his props on that. Yeah. But I agree with you. Another grown man's on my wife. I'm saying something to him. You know what I'm saying?
You definitely got to say. I feel like that's something that he had to have seen that ahead of time. But they choreographed, like they practice stuff too.
But not like
come on, the hug.
You
get caught in the moment. There's a difference between.
Like, I understand. Okay, so you mean to tell me that you never knew Usher was going to be behind your wife like that ever? Like you mean to tell me you never thought this dancing mug was going to sit over here and be behind your wife and never decide to hug her? Like word that never crossed your mind?
So let's say, for example, they may have choreographed ways like that, but it's different from when you're maybe doing it with you and Alicia and your background dancers and the Jackson State Band, right? Okay. Y'all just going through the motions practicing.
Right.
It's different when you have thousands of people watching you in the stands and millions watching you, not just nationwide, worldwide. And you get caught in that moment, right? And also, like, he getting ready to go on tour, so you got to add a little sizzle, like, hey, y'all, to help promote himself. I mean, I don't need to promote, but like put it out there, like, hey, I'm back.
He
Like,
put
I
the
might
kind
be
of show
44,
on
45,
that.
but
Yep, he put the kind of show on that had women in their 30s and 40s sliding out of their seats.
Man, I had my cousin up here like, yo, real quick, y'all. My mom is going to the Usher concert. She's 73. My mom and dad going to the Usher concert. They go to Miami. And she's 73. She screenshot and sent me the tickets.
I'm crying. I just feel like because I've been in a show before, like a step show, right? It's very small, but like I know we had to practice stuff, so I saw how folks was interacting with the other dancers. So if we doing dry runs, imagine if it's active now. I got to think like that. So like for me, if I'm Swiss, hey, no, I'm gonna have that conversation before it happens, not after the fact. Because I know what I signed up for. My wife's in entertainment.
That's fair, but I it's hard pressed for me to imagine that he didn't set those parameters and then still had to see that on live television and not feel some kind of way.
I mean, you can feel. We're gonna feel some type. I ain't telling the man he shouldn't feel bad or feel some type of way about this. I feel like it was addressed. Like he knew going into it what it was gonna be about.
So you basically saying he knew what he signed up for.
Yeah.
What she signed up for.
I feel like if you're in the entertainment business, you know what you signed up for. Like if I'm an actor or if I'm married to an actress, my wife could be on Power looking like she's getting the beat.
You are right.
That's true. That's true.
The funny thing about that halftime show was not only was Usher trending, but Usher and Alicia Keys were trending. And you know our folk, we gonna talk. And we gonna speculate. Everybody gonna have something to say. Chime in, chip in, whatever you want to say. And they ran with it. Couldn't be me. He a better one than me. I ain't heard that must be a light skin because it couldn't be no dark skin.
I feel that though.
Hey,
respect.
I'm just calling it as I see it. Hey.
Okay. But overall, though, it sounds like it was lit. Long story short, entertaining. Like I said, had some drama.
Once he lost the shirt, you know he was going on a tear. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he whipped off the shirt in the dress rehearsal. You know what I'm saying? He did. I think he had lived that one. You know? That's all.
So this is my final shot. I'm gonna try.
He really was selling. You know, he's selling sex. Let's be real.
I mean, they say it sells, but I won't care about this.
I will say, I enjoyed that he brought in, because you know we've all seen the movie ATL, and the way that he implemented how
the shindig.
The skating. The skating is major culture down there in Atlanta. Like Cascade. Yeah. You know, when I first saw ATL, I just thought that was a problem. I didn't know that Cascade is actually a real skating rink in Atlanta.
And it's lit.
It's lit. And somebody was saying on the radio, like, I really enjoyed how he implemented it because people actually still go to the roller skating, and that's how they spend their Friday nights. People skate around, you got the dancing in the middle. So the fact that he implemented that was I give him props for that.
Roll bounce.
Roll bounce. Oh yeah.
Roll bounce. So, but we about to bounce out of this halftime show conversation.
Sports is one of the few things that genuinely connects us together. Whether with coworkers, friends, family, we all love the entertainment. Well, here on Get a Bucket, my goal is to talk about sports and its cultural impact. The WNBA, for example. The WNBA is loads of entertainment, from the new rookies battling, displaying their skill sets, and preparing to take the league by storm, to the titans and the MVPs of the league clashing for battles we'll always remember. From imagining the soon-to-be possibilities, to admiring and treasuring the finales. Get a Bucket is a platform where other sports analysts, hoopers, coaches, and fans of the show come and talk about the WNBA, both negatives and positives. So if you haven't, take a quick peek. At the very least, you'll have a good time. Remember, sports is one of the few things that genuinely connects us together. So please, tune in and stay connected.
I've been trying to figure out a segment or transition for it. That was the perfect one. Into the second half, though, of the Super Bowl. We already kind of talked about the first half, right? We already said that the game was, I don't want to say disappointing, because I think it was entertaining. But I don't know, 16-16 at the fourth quarter, goes to overtime. And like the way I looked at it, like, bro, play one in overtime. Purdy almost throws that interception. I said, God, like it's about to get tricky. Then next play, Ayuk has a false start. I say, damn, my 25 out gone. Then after that,
Slowly dwindling.
then after that, there was a hold on the Chiefs. I said, let's go. We might have a shot. And I had some optimism. And then it came crashing down on that final play when I said, damn, there's too much time for Patty Mahomes to have the ball. Yes. Like, this was perfectly scripted. And it reminded me too much of the Patriots when they kicked their damn field goals. Because I actually thought, you know what? Maybe the 49ers can win this. They win by 3. Tom Brady always used to win by 3. We're trying to give the Tom Brady narrative comparison. Not that he's like Tom Brady, but he's like Tom Brady. That's still relevant. Not the most talented, but he might end up with a couple chips, some hardware. Who knows? I hate this. I hate this feeling, bro. Like, I really do. Does anybody expect the Chiefs to three-peat next season based on how the second half of the game went?
Absolutely not.
Oh, I knew he was. I just knew he was gonna say absolutely.
Absolutely not.
Way to trick me. Okay, I see that. Why, since you started it off first, why do you feel that way, Mr. All-Star?
You got the jersey on? You know, there's a couple quarterbacks named Josh Allen. There's a couple. There's
He beat him.
quarterback named Joe Burrow.
Injured, but okay.
There's another quarterback named Lamar Jackson.
Beat him. And Lamar had a better team. Like I can't put Lamar in the same breath no more. And I was a Lamar fan. I was trying to say Lamar's over Patty. The narrative would have been smooth.
You know the difference between Patty and Lamar? Patrick Mahomes gives zero fucks what people think.
I was about to say
Lamar Jackson does.
Yeah.
Lamar changed his game.
Yep.
Baltimore changed their game against Kansas City. He wanted to prove people that I could throw in the pocket. Instead of look, you could have thrown for 125 and rushed for 175. And you still won the game.
Hey, hold on, Kim. I just want to say,
I'm just saying.
I had gotten a little nervous because you had jumped in, brother. And I thought it was going to be a little long-winded. It was straight to the point. Hey, you got another 30 seconds. What else?
I'm just saying. He wanted to prove everybody wrong against Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is going to take he's going to do whatever it takes for his team. It could be running. It could be throwing. He could throw Jason Williams no-look pass behind him, to Travis Kelce. He don't care. Lamar hears a lot of people saying, again, he's a running quarterback. If he just played with the mindset, I want to do whatever it takes to will my team to victory, look at what he did all season. He's an MVP for a reason, 2-time MVP for a reason. Why did he decide to change his game against the Kansas City Chiefs? He wanted to prove a point that, hey, I can still throw from the pocket. No, do what makes you great.
Yeah.
You have superhuman. You can throw and you can run. Make them pick.
But let me ask you this though, because I do hear us on. I agree. You need to do what gets you there, right?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
But at the same time, at some point, his athleticism will start to diminish. So he does. I hear that, but he does need to start proving that he can beat you. But by throwing, so once that athleticism diminishes, all right, now what?
I get that, but I feel like any smart head coach and offensive coordinator, they will start seeing that slowly decline, and they will change the offense around him to still help best suit him. So maybe they add some better offensive alignment, add a little bit more skill players where it's 1, 2, 3 out. They'll have certain receivers shorten their routes, 1, 2, 3 out. But right now, how old is Lamar? Like 26? 26. Say that for like 2-3 more years down the road, that type of playing style. But he cares too much about what people think.
One thing, honestly, one thing Nick said, he's like a fighter. Like, I will describe Patty Mahomes as a young Mike Tyson. Now, here's why I say that. Because
Not Muhammad?
Just go along with it.
That's tough.
Just go
No,
along with it.
I'm interested. I would have
Okay.
thought Muhammad and then you
Because what does Josh Allen, Lamar, and Brock Purdy have? They had teams to win. Shut up. They had teams to win. But it's just like you said, once you got them on your necks, do not take your foot off that person, because once you do that, you just raise one light skin from Texas all the way up. He will tear that place and like it's nothing.
I will say though.
It's like you turned into Super Saiyan.
But I will say this though. Joe Burrow does not need to be on that list.
Yes,
Joe,
you do.
why?
Yes, you do.
Joe's that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Joe go to the?
He's the only one that seems to have the formula.
Yeah, that's what he's the only one. But you said Josh Allen and Josh lost.
And Josh Allen.
Yeah, I don't
And
think
Herbert does too.
I don't think Joe needs to be in that same category, my boy.
But he didn't say Joe. He said Brock, Lamar, and
I thought he said Joe.
he didn't say Joe.
Oh,
So he
Joe,
already
sorry.
He
admitted
mentioned
that.
Joe earlier about you asked him what can he do a triple Super Bowl.
A three-
He just named certain quarterbacks that are.
Now, here's what I said.
And Justin Herbert.
Okay.
Because I wouldn't put that game on Lamar. I'm not. I agree with you. He had a lot of reading the defense. And if you're Lamar Jackson, and if I'm getting to my second read and it's not open, I'm running. And there were a lot of times those lanes broke down. If we watch film on that game, he could have got 5-10 yards. Easy.
How is his
He
wide?
could easily had 100 yards.
How is his wide receiving core for the year for you?
To me,
Like trustworthy?
I think that Zay Flowers was learning a lot from Odell.
Yes.
And I think that kid is a future.
Yes.
If he continues on the path he's on, future all-pro level receiver. The kid is a star. He can make.
And also, them missing Mark Andrews for a little bit of time too.
Yeah.
But Isaiah Likely showed up, and it turns out they now have this double tandem that's giving me real Aaron Hernandez, Rob Gronkowski vibes. You know what I'm saying? Just for the fact that he's got two options now.
That's helpful.
Position, and that's helpful. It's very helpful. But I'll say this: at what point do you blame the offensive coordinator when you have 6 rushing plays called the entire goddamn game? That's crazy. You're a rushing offense. That's what's got you here. So what? Lamar's like, oh, I can do this. So you're just abandoning drive after drive, abandoning the run. That's ridiculous. You can't put that on.
It's the same thing with San Fran. What got them to the Super Bowl?
Rushing Christian McCaffrey behind Trent Williams.
But at what point in time does the MVP go to the coach and say, offensive coordinator, and say, yo, we're running? Like, at what point in time can you really tell me correct me if I'm wrong, hasn't he won 2 MVPs?
True, but I don't think
is he not considered one of the faces of the league?
I don't think Lamar.
So can he not go to the coach? I said one. So when you look at the NFL, you're talking about Pat, you're talking about Lamar, everybody likes him too. Why can't he go to the coach halftime and be like, all right, let's run it now? Because when you take the ball out of their hands, there's less time for Patty to work with.
Understandable.
I don't think Lamar. I think if he would have done that and it would have gotten out to the media, they would, especially after what transpired this past, last offseason about his contract and everything like that. If he would have done that, let's say they lost or whatever have you, he gone to the offensive coordinator saying, I'm not happy with what we're doing, this, and this. Then you got to look, because people always, especially, I hate to say this, but we're all black men, a black quarterback, they're waiting for the first slip up. If he would have came and said something to the offensive coordinator and then leaked out,
He would have got home.
Exactly. They would have he and Diva. Now Tom Brady could do some stuff like
But
that.
hold on. Let me ask you this though.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the win. He does that and they win.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying though. We give him the praise.
Yeah.
So as a leader, as the face of your team, unfairly or fairly, however you look at it, you get blamed. Shit happens. And can we say that Lamar gave his all? Can we say Lamar tried? If he didn't say anything, like, let's say he felt like, maybe we should have ran more. and didn't say anything? What if that story?
But there was also
no, but I'm saying, like, what if that story comes out? Does that make Lamar look bad to you?
No.
Because he felt
he's trying to win the game.
So hold on, correct me if I'm wrong, because y'all said do what got you there, right?
Yeah.
Which was run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And he feels like they should have ran the ball in that moment, but didn't speak up to the coach. And as the leader of the team, you're gonna not view him badly.
Well, let's put into context the fact that he made the plays when they were needed. Zay Flowers lost that game.
I was just about to say that.
So the young boy
between the ball and the
Taunton.
You know what I'm saying? He threw the ball. He had him open. He made the play, and then he got up and had to get in that bull's face.
And then what's the other defensive player who he bumped? He faced back. He headbutted the dude right in front of the referee. No, it wasn't McQueen. It was this is his first year. Nah, I forget. It's his first year with Baltimore, but he headbutted the dude. But yeah, they got chippy, but the ref didn't see that. Yeah, and then he headbutted, and then the refs right there do the flight. They were about to get off the field.
Yep.
Like,
so it's like
you see Lamar like, oh, what are y'all doing?
Yeah. Like, now, I just want to make sure I clarify. I don't put all the blame on Lamar, but I feel like in sports, unfortunately, you do have to put the blame on the star. Like, imagine if this was basketball. It's called Get a Bucket. I gotta do it. Like, if this was Braun, I understand football and basketball is a little bit different. It's a little bit more team oriented in football, although that may need to be a discussion that we need to have because it's 11 people on one side of the field versus 10 on an entire court. That's all I'm saying. We need to have that discussion. But if this was Braun and he falters, folks are blaming him. This is KD and they stumble. KD, you trifling. This was Steph, maybe not. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the leaders do get blamed. So Lamar does have to receive some, especially if y'all saying he didn't.
So you going, okay, so Lamar would take blame for that, right? Trickling back to the Super Bowl. Do you blame Purdy or do you blame the defense for San Francisco? Or do you blame Kyle for not?
I'm about to say Shanahan.
Shanahan.
I don't believe that either because he's been called a guru. So you mean tell me this guy who plans all these schemes and stuff, every quarterback we've seen this man have, they look all right. So you mean tell me he could do all of that, but forget the overtime? I forgot the overtime. I didn't know. Like, oh shoot, what happened? That's explainable. I'm not a professional. I'm not in the NFL. That man, like when I saw that, that's what also helped me say, "Oh, this is scripted."
And what does the overtime rules have to do with the fact that you couldn't get your ass in the end zone?
Thank you. Nor cover the flat twice.
Not only that, when they do the new rules implemented for the upcoming season, whether it be regular season or preseason, regular season, postseason, Super Bowl, they do it at the coaches' meeting in the summertime. And then, just in case, teams have forgotten about what the new rules might be for the Super Bowl, they re-implement it and they talk about it and they remind them the week of the Super Bowl. So the coaches should know, keyword should know.
It wasn't Super Bowl overtime rules. It was playoff.
But the playoff, they should
know that from the wild card.
Because he's the coach.
Yeah.
So they tell y'all all that stuff too, right? Like they tell y'all all the stuff. If it happens on this level, we're not professional. And that's no knock. I'm just trying to put it in perspective.
Like high school, we have a coach on our school. So, like, for example, on high school, our head coach, he might, get caught in a moment. We make sure we have situational football, not only for plays, but calling timeouts. For example, if it's closing seconds, if we get down to a certain down the distance, okay, do we want to try to take a strike for the end zone or do we call a timeout and kick a field goal? If that's the case, our head coach or our coach at high school, he picks a coach every other game to make sure we're keeping track of timeouts because, like he said, he might get caught in the moment and call a timeout and the ref be like, hey, nah, y'all don't have no, and then we get penalized. So, like, one time I would mark it down, even though I'm communicating with my defensive backs, I'm also making sure because mindset, I'm not worried about the offense. So I'm able to help him out. Like when we're on the offensive side of the ball, like, hey, you only got 2 timeouts. You only got 1 timeout left. Like, whatever have you. I don't know if Mike Shanahan, or excuse me, Kyle Shanahan, maybe got lost in the moment and just decided to use that as an excuse. But I will say, I don't tolerate him firing his DC and blaming him and using him as a scapegoat. Because San Francisco was a blitz-heavy team all season.
Mm-hmm.
So, and technically, it was going tit for tat. The game went in overtime. It's not like they got blown out.
How do you not blame you for your ridiculous? You're in winning Super Bowl type of position. You're inside of the 10-yard line, and you run twice with Christian McCaffrey to the weak side of your offensive line, and then throw some bullshit play action into the end zone.
He needs to escape. He needs to escape.
Hold on, time out now.
Swanky's Construction serves as the general contractor in the metropolitan D.C. area. We're a team of certified professionals who tackle everything from complex large projects to smaller scale jobs. Fueled by our commitment to excellence, we go the extra mile to make sure clients are completely satisfied with our work. Swanky's Construction takes pride in ensuring our clients' home improvement needs are met with efficiency, precision, and perfection. Call us today. You're only seconds away from a consultation or in-person walkthrough.
Because like when you said that,
I've been editing videos. It happened a day ago, right? And I missed that. Because work's been a little piling up, you know what I'm saying?
All right, yeah.
And like, I don't got the jersey on today, but y'all know I'm a Panthers fan. And I preached hard for this brother to get a job.
Yeah.
Panthers, if y'all don't hire this man, because the way he actually he almost took us to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
After I thought we were about to be a lottery pick. Like, I thought we were about to get the last pick legitimately. So, the fact that he takes your team the way he did, the 49ers now.
You took you to the Super Bowl.
Because remember, D'Amico Ryans became the head coach of the Texans.
Like, that's trash.
Let's talk about the fact that not only that, but you were going tit for tat with Pat Mahomes without one of your star linebackers, because Dre Greenlaw tore his Achilles.
Yeah, coming on
the field in the second half.
Yeah.
And he was out for the rest of the game, and y'all still stayed in the game.
And you were missing your All-Pro safety, Pro Bowl safety. I forgot he's Simone or whatever have you.
Troy Polamalu Jr.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
So you missing 2 key components,
And you were still in striking distance of winning the Super Bowl.
I mean,
and his explanation was the chemistry just wasn't there.
Well,
The chemistry.
I gotta say this.
The chemistry wasn't there.
At a certain point in time, the scapegoats will have to go away, because I do believe Shanahan is on the hot seat next season.
Well, did y'all know that Shanahan is the only head coach to squander 3 10-point lead Super Bowls? He did it once as a coordinator with the Falcons against the Patriots. He already did it once again against the same Chiefs team a couple years ago. And he did it again. You know who he's starting to look like?
Doc Rivers.
Nope. He's starting to look like Marv Levy from the Buffalo Bills in the early 90s.
Yes,
When they lost 3
Come on.
straight Super Bowls. 2 to the Dallas Cowboys. 4. Excuse me. Oh, my bad. 4. Hey, 4. I'm just saying. So
he's on his way to a 4th.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Eventually.
So
That's
lost to the Giants, the Redskins, Commanders, and 2 to the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, well, let's not talk about trading away Trey Lance, and then at the end of the season, when you lose Brock Purdy, you have no game plan against the Philadelphia Eagles, and get shut out from everything.
like he's definitely on the hot seat. I ain't gonna lie to you.
And this is the thing. Going off that. You have played Kansas City before. Yes, that Kansas City Chiefs team had Tyreek Hill. Okay, I get it. But you still, Andy Reid's still there. Patty Mahomes is still there. Travis Kelce's still here.
But it should be.
Why are you
easier.
being so conservative?
After all these years of them pulling the same shit, how does nobody know how to cover the little pop out flat route to win the goddamn game? How does nobody know? Keep a cornerback.
But as soon as I saw it pop out, I'm like,
that's an easy touchdown.
Yeah.
How do you not know to keep a corner? Because the corner keeps every corner I see against them when they run that dumb shit in the end zone. crashes in. Have two corners sit there in the zone and have your outside linebackers hold the edge. It's as simple as that.
Oh yeah. Let me ask you this: did you think in the overtime? Did you think Kyle was like thinking and said, "Go for the win"? Because he knew. Because he knew.
No. I'm saying, are you saying is he thinking go for the win?
Yeah. Well, I mean, of course, but like they floundered out when they had like that whole drive. So the first drive of OT, when they had the penalty, great holding penalty. But what got them to the red zone? Giving the goddamn ball to Christian McCaffrey on the left side behind your All-Pro Hall of Fame left tackle, and he took him down the field in 3-4 plays. They're in the 10-yard line, and then what? You just stop running the Trent Williams side? Are we not allowed to put the blame on Kyle Shanahan for that abysmal play calling?
That's why.
10-yard line?
That's what I said. Like I don't. When you asked me earlier about Purdy blame, I think you can blame players because they played.
No, it's all on Kyle.
But yeah, I was saying, because like with Lamar, he has way more cachet. He has way more responsibility. There's a big ass difference between Lamar and Purdy. I just want to make sure I highlight that. Like, because I'm blaming Lamar, it's because I view him so much higher.
Yes.
Purdy,
two-time MVP.
Purdy is Mr. Irrelevant, respectfully. Now,
with two backup running backs, because he had also lost J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards was in that whole season.
Yeah.
No. And Keaton Mitchell, who came on and was averaging like 9 yards a carry.
Now, let me ask y'all this, because y'all said, well, really, you two said no about the repeat. Did you say yes?
No. I don't think they can. I don't know.
So,
I don't think they can get there.
So with that being said, right, y'all did say y'all believe a little bit more in script writing. If the Chiefs do three-peat, would that make it official for you guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Because I think right now there has never been a more with this collaboration with Taylor Swift, the revenue they saw come in from her fans is so profound that like yes, and when that happened, I'm not gonna lie, I might become a dude who gets into golf or World War II. Because like I'm gonna need to find another hobby.
They had talked about if Travis would have had Disney had it planned. If Travis had a better game, you know, at the end of every Super Bowl, they said we're going to Disney World. It was gonna be him and Taylor Swift. We're going to Disney World, bro. The marketing off that, but since he didn't have it, they had Patrick Mahomes and his wife and their two kids. But if he would have had a better game, they already said Disney was right there, ready to get them.
It's scary. Remember that play where they tried to throw him the fade?
Yeah.
But then you see Rasheed Rice is wide open. Yeah. Mahomes, the best quarterback in the NFL. He doesn't see Rasheed Rice, his top rookie target, wide open in the end zone. He was trying to get Travis Kelce the touchdown.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, Taylor Swift brought in $331.5 million. Fellas, that's over 6 Chelsea Clintons.
And she got Ye kicked out of the Super Bowl.
Hell yeah.
She got him because his booth, his suite was going to be right outside.
She kicked out Kanye from the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Oh man, that's the perfect thing
because
to say.
Here's the thing:
like what goes around comes around, because he did steal her moment.
And also,
stage a couple years ago.
Who runs the halftime Super Bowl? Jay-Z. Who is not currently fucking with Ye? Jay-Z. So think about this: do you want to have a brother who we don't know which Ye we gonna get? When his wife dressing up looking like a mannequin, we don't know which year we gonna get, and then you have Taylor Swift thinking about bringing in all that money. They don't want a distraction, but she found out that Ye was gonna be next to her. She made a boop, 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 made a call. Who's the biggest star right now? Taylor Swift or Ye?
Taylor. I ain't going.
Ye just trends, unfortunately, because of his antics. He just dropped the album. He now just trends because of his antics and his comments or whatever have you. She a billionaire. I mean, Ye was a billionaire. She currently a billionaire.
Certified.
And so
makes money.
Exactly.
So then, it's not the Chiefs. It's not the Chiefs for y'all.
Well, here's the thing. You kind of put it on me. I actually am I don't want to be right, but I do think that they're going to 3-peat because of the narrative.
Because of the narrative. Okay. So we got Chiefs. We got Chiefs over here because of the narrative. Who y'all boys got?
I think, depending on how they draft, and if they can get some more pieces, maybe one more wide receiver, I think Baltimore.
Thank you.
I think Baltimore. That's just me. I think, Odell is a shell. I mean, he still is serviceable, but he's not going to get you 1,300 yards. I think you go get another wide receiver to help with Lamar. You got Zay. Going to have a healthy Mark Andrews. You add maybe, I don't know if they can resign Queen or Clowney, but I will say this, they need to address another corner, because what's my man's name that played the bench number 44?
Marlon Humphrey.
They were picking on him.
He's lost his step.
He was fast. He lost his step. So if they can maybe get a key free agent and a corner. And the one thing I will say about Baltimore, they are like kind of like the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ironically, they're in the same division. They are well-ran organizations where they know how to draft. They know how to. You don't hear too many issues players like in the draft or free agent. Plug them in, play. If you can just build around, get another wide receiver and maybe a corner, and make sure they can sign Queen and keep that team intact. Watch out for the Ravens. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Watch out for the Ravens.
Both of y'all.
Oh yeah,
I said Ravens.
Okay. I ain't gonna lie, fellas.
Don't even say.
I like the Bengals and the Rams. I hope you didn't think I was gonna say the Panthers.
No.
Oh, I was gonna say that's a hell no. Nah, Bengals and Rams. Here's the reason why. These fools done sat up here and talked me into the Rams because of narratives too. Now, like they were talking about, like, the Poop and the Cool, which I like, Buddy. You know what I'm saying? I was cool with him. It's weird he ain't getting no awards. We'll talk about it another time, another day.
CJ. Anyway.
Wow. Lost the Bryce. Excuse me. Anyways,
but still, CJ
so we got
an offensive rookie of the year.
That's cool. He lost to Bryce. Anyway, so you got Puka, you got Coop, you got they got a solid squad, and you got Aaron Donald. That's a he could be on his way out soon, because he said he was gonna retire after this year. And I was like, I don't know. Aaron looks like he got too much left in the tank, bro. And so he's still playing.
He would have retired if they won, but they didn't win. So I think
I feel like the Rams, they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The Rams aren't like your Lakers, where everybody wants to come play for the Lakers because it's the Lakers. How many championships y'all got? 17, 18?
16.
Oh,
16. I don't count the bowl.
Here we go. 17 in parentheses. Anyway, the Rams, I feel like they can't get that type of pool to come to Los Angeles. I don't know why. Huh?
I feel like they did a couple of years ago.
I mean, they
got OBJ.
Yeah, they got OBJ, but I'm saying
Okay, let me ask you this: who in the NFC can definitively beat them? Because I think right now you got questions about Purdy, you got questions about Shanahan.
Okay. Yeah.
And I think because of now the coaching, you got McVay versus Shanahan, which I was thinking. You said what?
I throw one out there. Packers.
Yes.
I think the Packers.
To the Super Bowl?
I don't know about. I'm saying you should beat the Rams. I'm saying
Packers
are on the up and up. I think Jordan Love proved this year.
The Lions.
He's taking off that.
Detroit.
I think Detroit's going to go back to being Detroit here soon.
I don't know about going back to, but like someone's definitely said like a 9-win season, and I'm like, all right, that's respectable. Like 8, 9, like I think that's okay. Yeah. I think this was their year.
But I think the Packers are showing real signs of like early Aaron. They all go through that.
I don't know about early Aaron though. That's
Love.
Do we feel like Jordan's really that way though? Or did he just look good because he got a jump start and so he's confident enough? But he might be a little.
He was throwing to rookies the entire season.
Rookies
And second year,
and
second year receivers. The most experienced receiver in that core was Romeo Dobbs, who was a rookie last year.
So this isn't a scenario where people don't have as much tape on you, so they don't know what to expect. That's not what this is. You feel like this?
So.
Y'all feel like this is the real deal?
Because you can say that, but then the back half of the season was his best part of the year.
Exactly.
So it's like they had the tape on him.
And look what, and whoever thought that the Packers was going to go into Jerry's world and really beat the shit out of them like
beat the brakes off the Cowboys.
They beat the brakes off.
And that boy looked smooth cold. Like he didn't even care where he was. He was
That was unexpected.
Nobody even thought that. Nobody even thought that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That offense looked good.
The I'm Perfectly Made Foundation believes that routine screenings can save lives and that access to these services should not be a barrier. Our mission is to promote eye health education, free eye exams, free eye screenings, and free glasses to our communities with the focus of highlighting early detection. The I'm Perfectly Made Foundation also gives individuals with low vision and blindness the opportunities to be a part of certain community events regardless of visual impairments.
Now, I'm interested also to see what the Chicago Bears do with Justin Fields in that number 1 pick.
I'm curious what they're going to do as well. And I know we talked about this too. Because, Packers, Bears, we talked about them kind of needing to rebuild, going for the future.
I said, if the Bears were smart, draft Marvin Harrison.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
it's clear that the issue isn't Justin Fields. The issue is that offensive line.
Is it though?
No, because what has happened to his game since DJ Moore got there? It's like night and day. His ability to get his actual player the ball.
So I do know that I do know people have not been too high on Justin Fields after this season.
You're in a division. You are in a perfect division where you can get out of that division because, just like you said, Detroit, Green Bay.
I don't know if you can say that though when he couldn't beat Detroit this year, or get past Detroit or the Packers this year. And respectfully, you have more PT than Jordan Love.
So I will say this, and I'm not trying to be biased because, as you know, I'm a diehard Buckeye fan. Mm-hmm. I feel like Justin Fields is also a quarterback who you just need to let him play his game. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Offensive play calling. Some coaches, I know the offensive coordinator for the Texans as C.J. Stroud, certain plays that worked well for them in college. Yes, it's a different speed, but you can implement and tweak it to the pro game where they feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Justin Fields, he was never the one to throw coaches or players under the bus. But there was a couple times this season with the Bears that he threw the offensive coordinator because he felt like the offensive coordinator didn't have his back. Some of that, Justin said, I want to run a certain play because I saw, I can run here. Offensive coordinator didn't want me to do that. So kind of full circle back to you saying with Lamar, Justin did that. But then when Justin looks like shit because he didn't agree with what the offensive coordinator was calling because Justin wanted to use his legs. I can run. Justin ran a 4.40 coming out of Ohio State. Mm-hmm. He did not want to run. The offensive coordinator didn't want him running. They ended up losing the ball game. Chicago has the number 1 pick right now. They can either A, draft Marvin Harrison,
which they should,
or B, they can use it as a king's ransom and get more pieces around Justin Fields. Claypool they thought, but Claypool is no.
You don't think
you got DJ Moore and they got committed the tight end?
Do you feel like do you feel like they should not go after Caleb? Do you feel like Caleb's not better than Justin Fields?
No, I'm not saying that. But if you think about it like this, also that offensive line is an issue. You're going to be starting back from ground zero.
But you also got to pay Justin Fields before long too. So how do you look at that?
I'm looking at it like, first off, let me just commend Ryan Poles, because a lot of people were off him based off the beginning of the Bears season, but by the end, everybody was on board with the way he handled the draft last year, and I think he's going to do something real cool this year too. I'm not going to say I have a beat on what he's going to do, but I do think it would be very wise to at least see Justin Fields through his rookie contract. He's going to want an extension. Definitely next year if he gets tagged this year, he's going to need an extension next year. That's going to be dependent on his play. This is his make or break year. Give him the tools. Look what he did with the number 1 pick last year. Look what he was able to receive. And so, with that being said, what this man could do and still get back. All right, maybe not Marvin Harrison, Romeo Dunze out of Washington, though. Yeah, that boy can ball. Malik Neighbors out of LSU. That boy can ball. There's some receivers in this draft that are monsters and could actually immediately make an impact on that.
I agree.
And not only that, you have Roshan Johnson, you have Khalil Herbert, probably get another amazing back in the second round, third round. And then not only that, but I'm sorry, but Caleb Williams, I'm not sold. And I know USC, I'm sorry, don't mean to say it, but Pac-12 quarterbacks, they're not playing against real stiff competition in the secondary.
Come on. And also, him coming from USC. See, Justin Fields played at Columbus, Ohio. Mm-hmm. And my family being from Ohio, it's brick. It gets cold playing in Michigan, playing in Penn State. They're used to going like this. Wisconsin, Nebraska, it's brick.
Before you start trying to slander too much, I do remember Ohio State losing to USC, but go ahead.
Losing to who?
You lost to us before me, bro.
Who was USC?
Yeah.
And that was, you know how long ago that was?
I just said I remember us beating y'all.
And we beat y'all last time when y'all had Sam Donald. Anyway, how'd that work out for you? Anyway.
I think that's when we beat y'all.
No, y'all lost. Anyway, I digress. Y'all beat us with John David Booty. Y'all beat us with Clay Matthews, Ray Magalua, and Brian Cushing, that crazy white boy with CTE. Y'all lost to us with either Mark Sanchez or John David Booty.
It might have been Mark.
See how that played out.
But he's not used to. But the thing is that Justin played when you playing in Green Bay, you playing in Chicago. It's cold.
Detroit.
Yeah. It's cold. And so, like you said, yes, he would want to get paid. And I know the cheaper route, but you're going to go through the same issues. And let's keep it real. People are bashing Justin Fields in Chicago, but when's the last time Chicago actually had a great quarterback? You can't say Jay Cutler.
I mean, Rex Grossman was...
That
defense, get it out.
Peanut Tillman, Brian Urlacher. Peanut Tillman and Brian Urlacher got them to that Super Bowl.
Just like Walter Payton and Mike Singletary and them got them to their first Super Bowl.
That wasn't McMahon.
You know what I'm saying? McMahon was just over there rocking a headband and getting concussions.
Rocking a dog.
He wasn't doing that.
He was up there turning up in Chicago nightlife.
You know what I'm saying? And I think Justin Fields has the tools. He is more physically gifted than Caleb Williams. So what are you gonna do?
But who has a better IQ between Caleb and Justin?
Justin Fields.
Hey, this is what if I'm Chicago.
Y'all really think the IQ is favoring Justin Fields over Caleb Williams?
Yes. Here's the thing. If I'm Chicago, this is what I'm doing. How about this?
We said the same thing about Justin Fields when he got in,
but he has the experience now. He's played against NFL competition.
So you're talking about comparison right now?
Right now.
How about this? If I'm Chicago, right? I'm not going to draft Caleb Williams. I might trade back. I might, like I said, draft Marvin Harrison. I might trade back and get a King's ransom. What I might do though is kind of like what you said. See how this plays out. Take a quarterback in the second round. Maybe Michael Penix if he's there. If he's there. Because
sports is one of the few things that genuinely connects us together. Whether with coworkers, friends, family, we all love the entertainment. Well, here on Get a Bucket, my goal is to talk about sports and its cultural impact. The WNBA, for example. The WNBA is loads of entertainment, from the new rookies battling, displaying their skill sets, and preparing to take the league by storm, to the titans and the MVPs of the league clashing for battles we'll always remember. From imagining the soon-to-be possibilities, to admiring and treasuring the finales. Get a Bucket is a platform where other sports analysts, hoopers, coaches, and fans of the show come and talk about the WNBA, both negatives and positives. So if you haven't, take a quick peek. At the very least, you'll have a good time. Remember, sports is one of the few things that genuinely connects us together. So please, tune in and stay connected.
Because here's another thing. Guess who's coming on next year? Hey, you might be able to pull his father. Sanders.
Yes.
Yeah, you might be able to pull
Yes.
his father.
Yes.
Money talk. That's the
That boy
thing.
is pro ready.
Here's the thing. He's staying for another year.
Playing in Big 12.
You give Justin Fields. This is your make or break it. You sit down and be like, look, we're willing to pay you, but we'll get more pieces around you. This will be your make or break it year. No pressure. Just see if you can earn it. If not, Shedeur Sanders right there. I'm just saying.
So
And he's
he's
playing in Boulder, Colorado. It ain't warm in Boulder. It ain't warm in Colorado.
So one more year, and you go Shedeur Sanders.
And
Do
you
y'all
might-
let me hold up. Caleb Williams or Shedeur Sanders now? Who's better?
Okay, so did you say alt?
I said Arts.
Man.
Oh,
That's a couple years
That's
away.
a couple
But
years
you also
away.
got to think about Malachi on my team.
because what I thought you were saying was this draft, trade back, get Joe Alt, the tackle out of Notre Dame.
Yes. Yes.
Now you got a shirt up offensive line. Justin Fields can actually sit there and make a decision. You draft a receiver later.
Still get your receiver.
Yeah,
Because
you still
this
get
is
your
a deep
It's a
receiver
deep
core.
receiver core this draft.
Do you go number one though with the wide receiver?
Well, here's the thing: Marvin Harrison.
Is he worth the number one?
No, I don't think
He's not
anyone.
worth-
I don't think anyone who isn't passing the ball or protecting the quarterback or rushing the passer.
I
is
kind
worth
of
the number
disagree because
one
I feel like Calvin
overall.
Johnson was worth the number one pick. Because I mean, respectfully, I don't
Okay.
remember his quarterback most of the time.
Matt Stafford.
No, I mean, I know.
You guys
I always
Tech?
remember like I
Or Georgia Tech or in Detroit.
In Detroit,
Most of his time there was
no, yeah, I mean like
I remember, but
yeah.
like so that's why I say like, is Marvin like that? That's my only word. 'Cause I had to ask that
So
question.
here's
'Cause I
the
thought
thing.
he was about to get.
I will say this. Marvin Harrison, and again, I'm not trying to be biased with Ohio State. If Marvin Harrison didn't get knocked out against Georgia in the semi, we would have won that. We would have won a national championship.
So did that make him?
When he got knocked out,
If y'all win,
every-
does that make him the surefire number one pick?
I mean, maybe yes, maybe no. What I'm saying is every first round defensive back that he lined up against, he murdered. Joey Porter Jr. He dropped because Marvin Harrison had 115 yards. Joey Porter Jr. shut everybody down. He lined up against Marvin Harrison Jr. Marv had 115 yards and a touchdown. The corner from Georgia, that secondary, they had supposedly nothing but first and second round draft picks. The corner that was lined up, Ringo, in front of Marvin Harrison,
tore him.
he had 135 yards. Before he got knocked out at 135 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns, he dropped from the first round to the third round.
Yeah.
Dropped him. And even against Michigan this year,
So then why
he had
not-
100.
So then why not go? You said Marvin Harrison, DJ Moore,
Mhm.
Justin Fields. What does that look like next year?
An elite threat in the NFC North is what that looks like. Does it look like a playoff contender?
I mean, you say elite threat, brother. I'm thinking contender, like at that point in time. At least out of the NFC.
You have your
Going forward.
foundational pieces.
Going forward.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because
You still need
one,
an offensive line.
you still need
Can
a
you not
defensive
build an offensive line in free agency though?
No, you got
Well,
I mean, I'm just asking,
they just let go of Whitehair today. Their center, and they just let go of Eddie
But center's
Jackson too.
tough to
Yeah,
lose.
So they just lost their center.
So
and-
let me ask y'all this. Maybe we haven't had this discussion yet. Should Justin Fields want to stay? Because I mean, again, you're losing DJ Moore, right? Again, my Panthers, shout out. But what's like? Let's say he can go to the Falcons.
Like I was just about to say, what if I'm Justin Fields?
Well, if you want to come to my
If I'm
Panthers,
Justin Fields, I'm gonna have a talk with Chicago Bears. Be like, look, if y'all gonna trade me, trade me home. Trade me to Atlanta. Because can you imagine him, Bijan Robinson, Drake London, Kyle Pitts, like that RPO, that repass
Algier. Let's not forget another cat.
Look, there was a reason why I ain't wear my Carolina Panthers jersey on. Cause y'all see red for Falcons.
Hey,
it just happened that way though. I really just did it because Long.
And think about it like this. You are playing in a division where
let's not be before you get slanderous now.
That's not because I'm gonna get my jersey right quick.
No, I'm not cracking jokes. I'm saying you're playing in a division where
they call.
No, I'm saying the Saints play in the dome. Hey, the Saints play in the dome. The Falcons play in the dome. Carolina, like it don't get crazy cold. And then Tampa, I'm saying, like, depending on when you play, it don't get crazy. It's not like Chicago or Green Bay. Like that. And then when my folks are in Tampa Bay, like, you're playing in a very comfortable environment.
But that also
going from a climate like that to look at like Tom Brady going from New England to Tampa.
But he's also
it's like a quarterback going from throwing weights on him in the cold to throwing with no weights on him.
That's
okay. So y'all saying basically Rock Lee is fighting Gara and he gonna take off the weights. When he goes to Atlanta. Okay. So here's my thing. When quarterbacks do leave cold situations and they go to the warm, right? Mm-hmm. Do you feel like that's not preparing them for the cold? I feel like quarterbacks who are in the cold, they have an advantage over the others. Like Jokic in basketball, again, it's called Get a Bucket, ladies and gentlemen, so we got to talk a little hoops. He gets an advantage. This man is fat, but he is running in high-ass altitude. So he gets a little advantage over somebody else. Let Shaq had been in Denver right there during his prime years. That would have been scary because he already didn't like working out, but that's an additional workout right there. So I feel like they kind of get a little bit more advantage from that standpoint. Tua is.
I put it like this. I feel like if you have played your college ball in the cold, and let's say this is like you were talking about, commend you for this. Tom Brady, you said went from New England to Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Where did Tom Brady play his college football?
Michigan.
So he was acclimated to the cold. So you saying going from cold to the warm. If Tom Brady had to come back and play, let's say in Chicago, he's used to already playing because he played his college ball in Michigan. He played his first 10 plus years in Tampa Bay. That is nothing for him. Justin Fields, yes, he's from New England. Justin Fields, is from Georgia, but played at Ohio State, then played Chicago. If he goes to Atlanta, he was 2 or 3 years at Ohio State. If he decides, I want to get traded, if I get traded, let me get traded to Atlanta, and he has to come back and play Green Bay, or has to come and play New England, or maybe Baltimore in December. So he's used to that playing in those type of conditions.
So you feel like because of his college
like you said, now he's coming from USC.
So because of his college years.
College and some pro years already.
What's the weather like in Oklahoma?
It can get cold in Oklahoma.
Because correct me if I'm wrong, but did Caleb not go to Oklahoma? But we acting like Caleb can't acclimate either. So I'm saying, so should we? How much stock should we give into the college game? Because he also said too, well, Justin Fields has a higher IQ than Caleb Williams right now. I hear it. But let's put Justin Fields with 24. Let's put Caleb Williams at 24.
Okay.
Who would y'all bank as the higher IQ? Caleb Williams or Justin Fields? I'm going to tell you right now, I'm biased. I'm going to say Caleb Williams just because I feel like Justin Fields is a better athlete. So he doesn't have to rely on the IQ aspect as much.
I mean, you do see those sparks, the same thing you see with Mahomes, the same way that like
similarly
you see those things with Caleb. I'll tell you, I agree, but I just don't think he's as gifted as
not at all. That's not a
discussion. Piece.
That's not a discussion.
And be like, I'm gonna settle around this piece. Like Justin Fields is so athletic, you forget he's 6'3".
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
228. That's
God, like, God damn, he's a massive motherfucker.
I mean, he there was one play last season. There was one play last season where the play broke down. There was, like you said, like we talked about Lamar against Kansas City. If your first or section read it, his option doesn't open, you take off. Happened with Justin. Boom, boom, boom. And he beat two linebackers trying to tackle him. They missed. He beat the corner going down the field. And the corner had an angle and booked it down the field.
Justin's athletic.
I mean, and that's
He's not at that Lamar level, but he's athletic. I don't think he's at Lamar.
I don't think
he's not.
I don't like. I'm talking about from like I'm gonna say baseline to baseline, but from goal line to goal line, 40-yard dash. Lamar is killing him.
Lamar might run a.
You know who Justin Fields reminds me of a little bit, kind of, and rest in peace to him. Steve McNair, just a little bit. Reminds me a little bit like a Steve McNair. Yeah, more like a Steve McNair.
Yes.
More like a Steve McNair.
Okay.
And you look at Steve McNair.
I was gonna say McNabb because I like, but
the way that homie like escapes out of shit in the pocket and
I was gonna say
Randall Cunningham. I think more Lamar plays more like Randall Cunningham.
Jalen Hurts or who? Oh my God, Justin Fields for Donovan McNabb. The better comparison. Because I was gonna say I got Hurts. Oh, you have Fields.
Because to me, I think like
I got Jalen not just because of the Eagles.
Because Jalen Hurts doesn't.
You got that, but also you also got to count in the arm strength because Justin Fields got a cannon. Donovan had a cannon.
That's what I'm saying.
Like you guys, not just
like Donovan is stockier, but I also look at Donovan as that, and maybe this is like unfair to say on Fields. I have Jalen being a better leader than Fields.
Jalen gives me Steve Young vibes. Like he gives me like, I'll do what I can. Yeah, like it's okay to cross the racial barrier here.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't like Donovan McNabb plays like a young Donovan McNabb. Like that's Justin Fields all day. Jalen Hurts gives me young vibes in the sense that he's just like.
Well, going off the racial barrier, I would say because I know he I throw Brett Favre in there because people forget Brett Favre when he was down in Atlanta, he could run. You know, he could run. Deion used to crack jokes and say, "Man, I used to tell that white boy run it because their coach didn't want Brett Favre running." Deion be like, "Man, do whatever it takes to win. Use your feet, use your legs, whatever have you." When he was at Green Bay, like he was gritty. Like Brett Favre would run. I mean, he may not get you 100 yards rushing, but he ran with the heat.
I appreciate it, Brad.
And honestly, piggyback on what you said about Colorado goes into a different conference. Do not sleep if they win the Big 12. Colorado. Do not sleep if they win the Big 12.
Depends on how they do in the transfer portal. Because they overhaul the entire team.
They gotta get the trenches.
They need to get the offensive line.
The trenches is what they gotta beef up.
Or going off that, we talking about Justin Fields to Atlanta. What if Atlanta? We were talking about. What if Atlanta? It's like, you know, we'll get Shador, bring Deion back to what he said. This is my house. I built this. Bring him back to Atlanta.
That's a narrative.
That's
a Super Bowl winning narrative.
That would be great. Bringing Deion.
But it's okay. So just to be clear, we're saying Shador to Atlanta, right?
That would be.
Hold on, it's gonna trump C.J. Stroud in Houston, Patty Mahomes, Joe Burrow.
In his mid-30s, right?
Well, he's not seeing none of them. He's barely seen any of them to the Super Bowl anyway. So maybe if he goes to Atlanta,
look at what Deion did in Colorado, bringing everybody. Imagine if Deion went to Atlanta with Shador.
Like, you know how much revenue?
Think about
you bring in money. You bring in money.
Think about that though. Like,
bring in money.
Shador, your son, coming there to play and being a quarterback.
Oh my God!
And then people remember what Deion did in Atlanta.
Because then he's also going to bring Travis Hunter with him.
Oh yeah.
You
Another
hope.
Georgia head.
You hope, but like they gotta draft these boys to go.
Oh, they'll find a way.
Eli said no.
They're not
Eli said I ain't going to say
They're not getting Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders. How that gonna happen?
Hey.
Travis could possibly go number one.
Eli said
I'm not going to San Diego.
He don't want to go to San Diego.
He said, find a way to get me to it. He said, find a way to find another team. I'm not going to San Diego. Did he not?
He did.
He did.
Because now
can't
people talking about what if Caleb, I don't know if it happens. What if he does that with my commander saying, I want to play with Cliff Kingsbury, my boy from USC?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how likely, because I feel like Washington, we were just talking about this coming up, and Washington traded everything for RG. I don't want us to have to give up the farm for a player because we got too many holes that we need to plug.
Mm-hmm.
But if Caleb goes, hey, I don't want to play for anybody but Cliff Kingsbury. Now, times have changed. That was 20 years ago when Eli did that. And also, Eli's dad played in the NFL, and Peyton was already there. So they had a little bit more leverage. I don't know what Caleb's leverage is. If he has any leverage.
I don't think that man is, correct me if I'm wrong, he's the Cardinals coach, right?
No, he's the offensive coordinator for the Commanders now. He was at USC.
They fired Eric Bieniemy after one season, which, by the way, let's talk Guido and today. Fired Eric Bieniemy after one season.
Cliff Kingsbury
And then the Steelers didn't hire him.
That's tough.
Why not?
Why did the Steelers hire Eric Bieniemy? I have no goddamn idea. We hired Arthur Smith, which, you know, if you're going to rely on Najee Harris now, that's fine. But
That's another discussion.
that's another discussion.
Yeah, that's another discussion on that. So I can see Caleb going to the Commanders.
I mean, he's from the DMV.
And I mean, the colors match with USC. So I mean,
He's already got the gear. He's got the polish already.
Yeah, he would be chilling in DuPont with it.
Chilling in DuPont.
Like when he scores, he could be going like this, you know.
Honestly, you probably don't even notice it, but let's just say hypothetical, if the Commanders get Caleb, that would be the fourth time that the Commanders really got somebody that was on base. Jonathan Allen.
Chase Young.
Yep. Jonathan Allen. Chase Young.
Kendall Fuller.
Kendall Ford.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And Haskins.
Yeah, Haskins.
The Bullets.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is that we have, I think, up to 75 or 80 mil in cap space. We are under, so bringing in Magic Johnson from your Lakers. Hopefully, he has won everywhere that he has either played or organization was tied to.
He didn't win with our Lakers when he
wasn't a consultant or a consultant.
Well, okay.
I mean, I hear you though. Optimism as
as a player.
Optimism. He not on the field, brother.
I'm just saying I hear you with the Dodgers. With the Dodgers.
I'm just gonna say this though, because think about John Elway and how terrible of a GM he was for quarterbacks.
Yeah.
But he was a Hall of Fame quarterback. You know,
sometimes Michael Jordan as an owner.
Exactly.
The Hornets.
Yeah.
Or my Wizards.
Yeah. So and that's another matter of fact. Yeah. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and end it like that because I was about to say I don't look.
You resemble a little bit Jordan Poole, a little bit.
What? How? Because I'm light skinned?
No, you were like.
I don't look.
I
don't look anything.
It was more like Kyle Kuzma.
Wow.
Than Jordan Poole.
It's Sean Livingston.
Yeah, Sean Livingston.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Sean Livingston. Wait, I just said. But I was like, okay, because you know he was trying to braid his hair. I mean, you got hang time. Like Jordan Poole was up there trying to like, what is this man doing?
I ain't seen him trying to braid his hair. I know
that poor kid
was
is a clown, man. That poor kid is a clown.
You and I already talked about that.
Just a little bit.
I'm a free agent now, so.
I'm crying. That's another discussion for another day. Look, as y'all can see, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we've had a good little conversation about the NFL Super Bowl halftime show, all that good stuff, translated even the Packers and Bears. So, I mean that's about it right now. Hope y'all all enjoyed it, fellas. I had a good time with this. We definitely got to do it again. Let's start like this. Chris, you got anything you want to say before we close up shop? All right. Sean, how about yourself?
I'm just gonna make this quick. Any comments that I made, Aisha Clark, about when I said you walk past?
Oh, I forgot. Hold on.
You smell like potpourri. You are beautiful. No, you did. I don't know what you sprayed that day, but when you walked past me, I was in bliss. So,
Nick,
I missed it.
So Nick, do you have anything you want to say before we close up shop?
Bruh. I ain't never seen a successful USC quarterback in the NFL. Sorry. All right. Let's go.
That's crazy.
It hurt, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
I mean, I'm cool.
There've been other positions they've been successful.
Actually, Sam Darnold's been pretty successful. Mark Sanchez actually had about 2 seasons where he went to the playoffs pretty well.
You mean his rookie and sophomore year?
Yeah, I said 2. I said 2 years. Tell me how my statement is wrong. That's all I'm saying. All right. And then that butt fumble really wasn't his fault. It was like, how you going back into my man's like that? That's all I'm saying.
He's trying to save his ass.
Do a better job. That's all I mean. It's Sam Darnold, the white Michael Vick.
But
ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
All right.
Hope y'all all enjoyed the show. Really appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, comment, tell anyone about the show. My name is Trey. I'm the host of Get a Bucket. I ain't gonna lie, that was new right there.
That was pretty crazy.
That. What y'all do? I don't know. All right, but yeah, please like, subscribe, comment, tell anyone about the show. Hope y'all had a good one.
I did not know you guys were still here. As you can see, we're at the back end of the show. No pun intended, but look, hope you all enjoyed it. And before you go, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the IG account, share the content to anybody who's anybody. And most importantly, leave your thoughts and comments below. But I got to go back and play Buddy in 2K, so let me unmute him real quick. Excuse me. Hey, boss, I'm back. Nah, you better catch this word. You know we get buckets around here, too.